Hi, it's Peggy at Headshots by Peggy, and today Merrick McCartha is with us, and we are going to talk about Episodic Season 2019. Well, Episodic Season started this week.
That is correct.
So what does that mean?
It means that from now this week going into late November, maybe early December, you're going to see a strong amount of production for episodic programs. Episodic, recapping, means any TV show that has episodes. It's an episodic. Now, of course, some of these episodics are limited series, yet they still have episodes 1 through 5, or they can be a full series program with episodes 1 through 26, I think they used to be. But now is the start for what's called episodic season. It's really just a name. It doesn't mean that all episodics start now. It doesn't mean that only episodics are produced now. Some pilots will be produced now. And the other part of the year, back starting in early February, late January, that's pilot season. It's just a name. It used to be where most of the pilots were produced around that time of year. It's not really the case anymore. Pilots are kind of produced year-round as they come up. So episodic is, however, back in full swing after a seemingly long hiatus for a lot of working actors like myself.
Yeah, it was kind of a slow year, but everybody's saying that this is going to be a strong episodic season, and we're already seeing, auditions coming through, so that's encouraging.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like that, right after 4th of July weekend, bam.
Because 4th of July is awesome.
And it's more TV shows, it's even more commercials I'm seeing now, a flurry of those, just a strong push. There was a really very strange and peculiar long hiatus this year, starting I think in as early May or maybe even sooner, when usually it's it doesn't last that long. I think sometimes it was early April we saw a big lull in production for a lot of people, and to see nothing happen from April through the end of May, it was really strange.
Nothing. I mean, production goes on year-round, but
Correct.
It was slow.
It was very slow.
A lot of working actors were like, what the heck?
In fact, people were saying that it didn't really seem like we had a pilot season this year because it was so slow. So, from our research, we've been reassured that, it's still going to be a great production year for film and television. It's just, for whatever reason, there were some things that happened at the beginning of the year that caused it to be slow. We're not really sure what, but rest assured, we're back. We're back in action.
So you should be seeing breakdowns coming out. You should be submitting. If you have agents and managers, they should be submitting you. You should already have amazing headshots on your casting profiles. If you don't, hurry up, because things, like I said, you've already been getting auditions this week in a much greater than what we've been seeing. So that's encouraging that, like, boom, right out the gate, that things are moving.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really important to be prepared now, early on in episodic season. So having your casting profiles right, your resumes are up to date, your skills are up to date, your headshots up to date. This is the time to really be ready and strong for your agents to submit you. Absolutely, it's really, really important.
Right.
Also, one thing about this season is I talked about that long break that we had. So most actors, even myself, am guilty of this, fall a little prey to the depression. You're not getting auditions as much. What's going on? Why is this not? Am I done? Is it me? Am I a terrible actor? Is my agent not like me? In those times, you have to really anchor yourself and have a strong person with you, at least, to help you get through that, so that you can come up with ways to overcome that morass, that depression. And one of the things that I did with the help of some wonderful people and persons in my life is to work on my audition technique, come up with different marketing ideas for myself. That hiatus that we had, it was long, it was a little disturbing and strange, but it was really helpful for me in my career. So I'm ready this year. I've already been out like 4 times already since we started. I've got a couple more tomorrow, and it's coming. So little things, even now, it's still not too late. Get in there and go to your your smartphone if you have to. Practice doing your auditions. Practice how you're looking on camera. Pull up old sides and just, even if you don't have an audition tomorrow, make one up. Email yourself an audition side. Tell yourself you have an appointment at 4 o'clock. Make sure that you get in there and do a mock audition for yourself to have that daily practice. Because you have to think about this.
We started doing that a couple of months ago. When do you think we started doing that?
Yeah, right when I was slipping into depression and worried about, oh my God, how am I not getting out as much? And
we started doing self-tapes every single day, whether you had an audition or not. Every single day, you would pull out, old sides from, whatever. I guess you can go online and find sides.
You can find sides in a lot of places. Audition sides. We're not talking about scripts from a full movie. They have audition sites posted everywhere. If you do a search, you should find them. Casting workshops will have a database of audition sites for you to use. Some of them are for absolute free, so you can download them and practice with those. But
right, just find something that's like your casting type, a role that you would,
Yeah, and that's another point thing about this too, is this is the time you should have been figuring out what your casting type is, where you're strongest, because those are the casting types that you want to present in your headshots. So when you go to your headshots and your photographer, like Peggy, says, "Hey, okay, great, let's go over what you need for your looks. What's going to be your looks you're trying to accomplish?" And a lot of people come into her and have no idea because
I want a smiley one and a serious one. That's
I want a
not a
commercial
look.
one. I want a theatrical one. Yeah, that's awesome.
10 years ago, you wanted a strong theatrical and you wanted a strong commercial headshot, but that's not industry standard anymore. That's not how the trends of headshots are.
Digital now.
People are submitting very specific typed headshots, not just hey, this is my happy commercial and this is my serious theatrical, but really digging deep and hey, this is my goofy dad, this is my attorney, this is my.
And what's important is these are your strong character types. Yeah, I'd like to play The Rock, the wrestler. No, I'm not big enough yet, but so I'm not going to make a headshot of myself trying to look like that. I mean, you had a client that come in and want something that was not his type at all, right? It was a guy. He was like this total surfer guy.
Yeah, and he wanted to be like a badass or a thug, and he was pretty. He had blonde curls, a big smile, big old blue eyes.
Now again, this is up to you, but from experience and talking to casting professionals and agents, you want to put yourself out there where you're strongest. Because even if you want that role and you're not really strong in it, if you get picked to go into audition for that role, you're going to go with people that are strongest in it, and you're going to waste the casting director's time, you're going to waste your agent's time, and you're going to waste your time. So put stuff out there in your headshots that you're strongest with.
And, enjoy episodic season. Get out there, start submitting yourself, and get in and put comments of how many auditions you've had, and tell us all the cool stuff that's happening this episodic season 2019.
Absolutely. And one more thing I want to tell you guys about. So there's a new trend happening, and I want you guys to be aware. There is sort of this transformation of the industry about to happen. This is my perspective from what I've seen, heard, read with the industry. And it could mean a lot more opportunity for you, but there's some pluses and minuses with that. So I want you to remember something. Netflix, as you know, has sort of taken the industry by storm with its streaming platform. It's been the big dog in the streaming platforms, winning awards, amazing programming, amazing content they've produced themselves for Netflix only. And they started out being sort of, they were the old DVD place you'd find next to the 7-Eleven, like a Redbox, and it was a Netflix, and now you order them by mail and they come to your house. Now they're digitally on your screen, you can order it, so they had content that was already produced by people like ABC, CBS, HBO, Showtime. They would or feature films. They would let Netflix use those projects on their streaming channel, and they have all these subscribers. They've been the king forever. Now it's changing. So as you know, there's been Hulu, which has kind of had a little niche market as well. Facebook has sort of broken into the streaming market a little bit. There's an Epic streaming network as well. There's Crackle, but the big industries are now jumping in. So Disney, there's something called Disney Plus coming out. Think about this. That's going to be their streaming network competitor to Netflix. What does that mean? Well, do you know those Marvel movies that have been making $1 bazillion in the last few years? They're all owned by Disney. Do you think Disney's going to let Netflix keep showing those Marvel movies on their streaming channel? No. Same with HBO. HBO, a lot of things have been coming over to Netflix after running on HBO. HBO has come out with something called HBO Max, a streaming competitor to Netflix. So the shows that have been able to stream on Netflix, HBO is pulling those out. These are parent companies. I think it's Warner Media. So things like Friends are being pulled off Netflix, which was one of their top streaming shows. Friends, gone. So they're making major moves in this. So what that means is all of them are going to be competing for the best and brightest programming, their own content. So they're going to be making new content to compete with each other. What that means is, for actors, a lot more opportunity for us, especially new faces. So look at that as motivation for getting out there for episodic season. You'll see a lot of new things happening, a lot of new networks. So if your agent sends you something and you've never heard of the network and it's like, what is this? It's one of those new streaming networks. It's probably HBO Max or Disney Plus or Facebook Watch or Crackle or Epics. These are serious networks. They're not to be taken lightly as nothing. There's major stars that are doing these. So take them seriously. They're not like a new media YouTube show. They're a real streaming network show. So keep that in mind and be excited about this. This is a great time for us and we should be ready for it. So be prepared, have your stuff together. Like I said, have your classes, keep training always. Have your package together with your marketing, your resume, your skills, your special skills that you have. And of course your headshots. You've got to have those up to date with your strongest type to make sure that when your agent sends you out there, he knows you're going to be strong in that audition because that's your strongest type. Anything else?
No, that's it. You covered it.
So episodic season is here.
Yay!
And we're all excited and happy. And by the end of the season, we'll do a recap on what went down.
Yeah. So again, leave comments. Every time you get an audition, say, woohoo, I got an audition, yay.
I'm not going to do I don't have to do that, though.
You don't have to do that.
Okay.
Just as long as you let me know that you have an audition.
I will let you know if I have an
Alright.
audition.
Great. See, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, make sure that you share this video all over the place. Leave me tons of comments and make sure that you like this. Most importantly, have an amazing week and I'll see you next week. Next week is episode 2 of The Headshot.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that show. Have you seen that show?
I know, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, the headshot.
The Headshot.